What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Christopher Bean with Tactical Advantage, and today I want to talk about visual reference in relation to moto-physical tasks or motor programming, really related to the reload and how I use a slight visual reference to help significantly improve consistency.
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
All right, folks, so we're back on the bench. Today I came down to do a little bit of battery checking and things on my optics. And as I had everything laid out, I started noticing something that I hadn't really talked about before. And really this is in relation to the reload and having visual reference and or where you should be looking if you have to perform an administrative function. Now, I recently put a post about this up on the internet and it kicked up some dust. However, I just want to kind of talk through my thinking and give an explanation on why I believe what I believe and show you kind of how I drive that in my own shooting and own performance. But really, we've got my two primary guns, two of my student loaner guns, and my Mantis Titan that I use, and I think you'll be able to notice something kind of similar between the two, that I have these white kind of reference points painted into the mag funnel of the gun. Now, why would I do that? Well, you know what? Let me go back first and say, I absolutely understand that in the context of defensive shooting, that reloads are not common at all. However, I believe they present a cognitive load in shooting, and that administrative task can help fortify one's ability by introducing something that they don't necessarily practice all the time. So before everyone goes into a hubbub about, well, you'll never reload in a gunfight, I get it. But the most common thing you will do with a gun besides shooting it is loading or unloading it. So it's still an administrative task that being kind of performed as efficiently as possible can yield. So for me, as someone that pushes the performance of a reload from a concealed application, there's a couple things I do. First things first is I try and create a visual reference within the mag funnel area. Now, this is where contention comes into play, where people are like, well, you should always be focused on the threat if you ever had to complete this task under the application of using a defensive firearm. I tend to disagree with that because if you have an empty gun, the most important thing to you right now is not having an empty gun. Again, recognizing that it's exceedingly rare, but if I have a task that renders my defensive tools ineffective, that needs to be taken care of right now. Or all of that cognitive attention that you're putting forward to pay attention to a threat that has the opportunity to have little movement, you are now watching from a front row seat of somebody either closing distance upon you or engaging you with a tool that you cannot counter the force. So again, that's why I kind of pay attention to this stuff. Your mileage may vary. It's just something to think about. But from a physiomotor perspective, like having a precise focal place to place attention significantly helps the process of actually landing where you want to go. If you were looking at something else, a threat, downrange, whatever, now your visual attention is displaced and you're relying on proprioception and potentially, I hate to use this term, but familiarity or muscle memory as it gets called with the task. Now, that's not really a very, what's the word I want to use? a very consistent way to perform a complex motor task. Applying visual acuity to it allows you to make fine corrections that proprioception will not allow you to make. Proprioception very much relies on repetitive or rote repetition to make something happen. Under cognitive stress, that tends to fail. So again, we can just kind of look at the different ones. When I reload, as the gun breaks, soon as I see that, now all I have to do is meet the two items, you know, the white and the magazine. So it seems like something that's pretty simple. But if you run into an issue where you are inconsistent with a reload, if you're trying to kind of work on this as a skill in your skill palette, this is something to try and pay particular attention to this versus just the mechanics. What am I looking at while a reload is occurring, and where is my focus? So just for fun, if I look up, I know you guys can't see right now, but if I'm looking forward, that's the tendency. Am I close? Yeah. Am I in? No. Where if I look, it's as simple as that. And that look with a well-refined reload goes down into the 0.5 kind of second, maybe even less if you have a very refined reload. So your actual focus shift is 0.5 seconds. Not a lot of time to ensure consistency in the action. So pretty simple stuff, paint pen. If you guys can't tell, I like paint pens. But it is something that has helped me progress significantly in understanding where my attention needs to be placed during the action of a complex motor task. So I know this will stir some people up. I know the context will be missed, but I truly just want people to understand why I feel this way. Excuse me, I have done significant research from places like Force Science, other peer-reviewed studies on why this is applicable, and yet I get my barn set on fire every time I talk about it. But long story short, try and give yourself a visual reference and then try to do this work and see if it helps you. Your mileage may vary, but for me, it's been significantly helpful. So with that, I will see you guys next time. Appreciate it. Bye.